Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from group 1. Our group members' name are Afriandika, Qorrie Aina, Sigit Riyadi, Diva, Puspa, and Sherly Ramadatillah. This time, we want to present our work about making inference.
Activity 2. Question number 1. Although the driver promised to be more careful, the policeman continued to write the ticket for speeding. The policeman was. The answer is C. Firm. The policeman was firm. Why do we think so? Because we can see the clues for this answer is written in the text. It says that the policeman continued to write the ticket for speeding, even the driver promised to be more careful. So in this situation, the policeman shows his firmness in carry out his duties.
Number 2. At the railroad crossing, the bus driver stopped the bus and looked both ways before going ahead. The bus driver was A. Cautious. Why? Because the bus driver stopped his bus first and then he looked both ways before going ahead. So it can be inferred that the bus driver was A. Cautious.
Number 3. The salesman listened patiently to the customer's angry complaints about the television set he bought. The salesman was. The right answer is C. Polite. Why we can say that the salesman was polite? Because there is a clue from the beginning of the sentence. The salesman listened patiently, even though the customers was angry to him. So, from this clue, we can conclude that the right answer is C.
Number 4. The guest speaker smiled, looked at his note can, and said laughingly, "It seems that I tried this paper with my son. I have his homework. He has my speech." The speaker was amused. It's B. The clue is the guest speaker smiled, looked at his note can, and said laughingly.
Number 5. The contestant looked at the announcer open-mouthed and asked, "Did you say I won $500? The contestant was B. Astonished. The clue is, "Did you say I won $500?
Question number 6. Keeping his eyes steady on the water level, the engineer confidently closed the irrigation gates of the dam. The engineer was. The answer is C. Skilled. We can see the clues at the beginning of the sentence to answer this question. It says that keeping his eyes steady on the water level, the engineer confidently closed the irrigation gates. So from here, we know that the engineer was a skilled person.
Number 7. The woman turned tired after she said, "I'm going to describe how to cake the prize-winning bake." The woman was B. Proud. Why? Because she wanted to show the cake that she had used as a cooking contest and winning that contest with the cake that she made before. It could be marked with the word cake the prize-winning bake. So she proudly showed others that she would give the recipe how she made the cake. That's why we can infer or guess that she is proud.
Number 8. At the end of the victory dinner, many people congratulated the cook, who had baked a special cake for the team. The cook was. So the right answer is B. Praised. Why we can say that the cook was praised? It is because there is a clue from the word congratulated. That word means The many people praise the cook. They are has same meaning. So from these clues, we can conclude that the right answer is B, praised.
Number 9. As John and his mother passed the field where his friends were playing ball, John grumbled, "I don't know why I have to go to my cousin's party every year." The boy was unhappy. A. The clue is John is grumbled.
Number 10. Warren liked to spend his spare time taking things apart to see what made them work. He had a collection of old clocks and watches and various automobile parts scattered around the basement. He was especially fond of taking old car engines apart. Warren probably was C. Curious. The clues are: Warren liked to spend his spare time taking things apart to see what made them work. He was especially fond of taking old car engines apart.
Activity 5. Number 1. A parcel was delivered to the school, addressed to a Mr. Wilbur Wilkins. Nobody had ever heard of him. The parcel was left on the staff room table and disappeared during the night. So from this illustration, it is caused by Mr. Wilkins is a new employee, and he is probably a security guard at night. Therefore, not many people know about Mr. Wilkins. One thing that is quite certain for a night watchman is to have a key to every room in the school just in case, because he has a schedule to stay awake at night, and of course, he will go home in the morning. So when it was time for him to go home, he took the parcel with him, and at the time, not many of the staff had arrived at the school. Therefore, no one knows that the parcel was brought by Mr. Wilkins when he got home.
Number 2. A small boy, naked with his head shaved, ran down a big city street. He was laughing happily, though it was a cold day, and he had a photograph in his hand. So what we can infer and why this accident is happened. So we can infer that the boy that had his hair shaved heard that someone, whether his family or the important person in his life, came. He immediately ran to meet him. He ran by taking a photograph of what might be a family member or someone important to him. The person in the photograph came and he ran away carrying and looking at the person in the photo. Because it may have been a long time since he saw the person in the photograph, he was so excited to meet him or her. That makes him forgot to wear clothes and he did not care about the cold weather that day.
Activity 5, number 3. Footprints were discovered in the snow leading to a deserted alpine hut. There were no footprints leaving, but the hut was empty except for a Saint Bernard dog and some books. From this illustration, we can infer that it caused by the dog left the house. The dog did not come home. When the dog master left, the trail was covered with snow. Because the dog didn't come home, the owner was confused and looked for the dog to come out. In his search for the dog's master's footprints were covered in snow. When the dog's owner looked for the dog, it turned out that the dog had returned to the hut and left footprints leading to the hut. In the end, it was found by someone. When the person entered the hut, it turned out that the hut was empty and only the dog who had returned home and some books belonging to the owner were found.
Activity 5, number 4. One of the school classrooms was found to be locked. The sound of men screaming was heard from within. When it was broken into, it was discovered that most of the furniture had been smashed. There were dynamites near the door and a strong smell of the burned rubber in the air. Close by, the man fell asleep in the class. He did not realize that he was locked in the room. After waking up and figuring out what was going on, he tried to arrange the furniture so he could call for help. In a state of panic, he also smelled the burning rubber and saw dynamite. The mice died from being stung by the wire beaten off. The man panicked and rushed to arrange the existing furniture. As a result, the furniture is not arranged firmly and neatly so that when climbing, the furniture arrangements makes it fall. Because of this, it causes the furniture to smash, and then the man crying in the pain.
So that's all our presentation. Thank you for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.